What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again with another game preview and score prediction. These Kentucky Wildcats versus the Florida Gators. All right, so we just go ahead and get into the daggone video, and we're gonna start off by talking about these Kentucky Wildcats. All right, they coming into this season 4-0. 1-0 in the conference. They just beat up on poor little old Vanderbilt last week. Everybody in the conference beat up on Vanderbilt. So that's a no-brainer. Well, Vanderbilt did beat Florida last season. But anyway, still, everybody beat up on damn Vanderbilt. They've been had a hard football life ever since they started the football damn team. They sorry as hell. But anyway, Vanderbilt shouldn't be in the SEC anymore. That's just my opinion. But anyway, Kentucky beat up on them last week. Now, Kentucky is 4-0. But they have been playing inferior opponents, including Vanderbilt. All right, let me tell you who Kentucky done beat up on. First game, they beat up on Ball State. Beat them 44-14. Then they beat up on Eastern Kentucky. Beat them 28-17. How in the hell Eastern Kentucky scoring 17 points on Kentucky is crazy. It's crazy. And you only beat them by 11. And then you beat up on Akron 34-3. And then you beat Vanderbilt 45-28. And why is Vanderbilt even scoring 28 points on you? Come on now. Come on now. But it is what it is. I don't think Kentucky got a great defense. I don't think they got a good defense. And but we'll find out this week against Florida. Now, Florida do got to go down to Kentucky. So that might be a little challenge. Kentucky having the home field advantage. So you know, we can know the home field advantage can play a part in the game. Fans can help out. But anyway, as far as this offense for Kentucky, they're averaging 396 yards of total offense per game, 265 passing, and 131 yards rushing. Okay. As far as defense, they're only giving up 293 yards per game, so they in the plus on that with 103 yards, averaging 103 more yards on offense than they giving up on defense. Defensively, they're giving up 215 yards passing and 77 yards rushing. So the defense, the front seven, holding steady and letting opponents, letting opponents get high numbers in the rushing area or on the ground. But like I said, inferior opponents. We'll see what they can do against Florida and ETN and those guys. I'm just putting it out there. But anyway, Kentucky's quarterback, Devin Leary, he has thrown over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He got to clean up those interceptions. I think if they'd have played better opponents, they probably have 2 losses right now with this guy, Devin Leary, throwing 5 interceptions. But hey, nonetheless, they 4-0. No matter who you play, it's all about getting the win. But that's just my belief that they will have 2 losses with this guy throwing 5 interceptions. Hey, people want to talk about my quarterback. He got 3 interceptions, but ain't nobody mentioned this guy. Just want to put that out there. But anyway, for us, their running backs, Ramon Davis, he's got 7 touchdowns on the season, 5 on the ground, 2 in the air. He got 314 yards rushing and 137 passing. McClain, he's got 1 touchdown with 114 yards rushing. Then you got Dennis Sump, 62 yards rushing with a touchdown. And then Baron Brown, 1 touchdown with 204 yards receiving. All right, so I guess they can get it done, running and receiving. But this offense is not impressive. You got Tavion Robinson with 3 touchdowns, 283 yards receiving. And Dane Key, 2 touchdowns, 196 yards receiving. And then you got John Claudius. He's got 1 touchdown, 24 yards. Not good. You got another. They got another wide receiver with 105 yards, not Jordan Dingle. But this offense, it don't impress. The numbers don't impress. That's just me. And going up against opponents that they done went up against, like I say, Eastern Kentucky, Ball State, Vanderbilt. And I forgot who the first one was. They should be having better numbers than what they got. Just putting it out there. But anyway, the first game, yeah, they had Ball State, Eastern Kentucky, Akron, and Vanderbilt. They numbers playing those type of opponents should be off the daggone chain. And here they is with these mediocre numbers. I'm just telling the truth about it. It is what it is. But anyway, let me go ahead and talk about these daggone Florida Gators, who's coming into this game 3-1. Their only loss was to Utah. That's a Pac-12 powerhouse. Just putting it out there. And also Florida, they beat Tennessee, which I didn't think they would beat Tennessee. But their only two opponents was McNeese State and Charlotte, teams that they supposed to beat. And those two teams, McNeese State scored 7 and Charlotte scored 7. Probably both of them was probably in garbage time. You know I'm not finna watch Florida beat up on no McNeese State or Charlotte. Okay? But, you know, and Utah, they put up 24 points on them. But, hey, first game jitters, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I was laughing at them. But, hey, they coming out strong, and I was happy when they beat Tennessee, though. Hey, it is what it is. Once again, Tennessee went down to the swamp, got their ass tore off, and ain't won there since 2003. They just want to throw that in there just to mess with some Tennessee fans if they watching this. But anyway, these Florida Gators, man, like I say, 3-1, 1-0 in the conference, beat Tennessee. And anyway, but offensively, they're averaging 412 yards total offense per game, 254 passing, 158 rushing. All right. Defensively, they're giving up 244 yards. That's a great number to hold your opponent, your opposing offense to. They're in the plus. They're averaging 167 yards more on offense than what they give up on defense. They will be hard to beat if they continue to keep that up. But anyway, defense, they only giving up 162 yards through the air and 82 yards on the ground. Those are great numbers. I'm going to tell you that right now. And like I said, they done played 2 Power 5, you know, top tier in the Pac-12 in Utah, a decent team in the SEC in Tennessee. So, hey, they doing what they supposed to do. All right. Graham Mertz, even though he don't have great numbers, only 4 touchdowns and 1 interception, and he got 976 yards passing, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. Not great numbers, but they win it. They win it. All right. Then Trevor Etienne, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Martell Johnson, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air. Graham Mertz, he got 2 touchdowns on the ground. All right. As far as their receiver core, Ricky Parcell, 357 yards and 1 touchdown. Caleb Douglas, 99 yards, 1 touchdown. So, on the season, they have only scored 8, 10, well, they got 13 touchdowns through 4 games. Arias Boardingham, I guess that's his name. He got a touchdown on the ground, 44 yards receiving. So 13 touchdowns through 4 games. That's decent, you know. They need to get the ball to more guys so they can get in the end zone, all right? You only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the season that made it in the end zone, and one of them is your quarterback. You need to spread the ball around more. I'm telling you now, because you're going to come against some opponents, and they're going to key on those guys. But anyway, again, defensively, Florida, 6.5 sacks on the season, 1 interception, 0 fumble recoveries. So they only got 1 touchdown, 1 turnover through 4 games. They got to do better than that. Come on, Florida, 6.5 sacks. All the while, Kentucky's defense, 4 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries, 10 sacks. All right? But once again, Kentucky, all 4 opponents was inferior to them. They was just doing what they had to do. And that was on defense. Defensively, those numbers are pretty good with 8 takeaways and 10 sacks. But offensively, your numbers should be better than that, Kentucky, considering the opponents you done played. Florida, yeah, you got 6.5 sacks and only 1 turnover. I mean, even though you played better opponents, you know, still, you should have more than that. Come on now. But anyway, who do I got winning this game? Even though Florida's defense They not getting turnovers. You know, they not sacking the quarterback. But the key is to get pressure on the quarterback. You don't always got to sack him, because if you get pressure, it's going to affect everything else that the offense is doing on that play. If it's a passing play, it's going to throw off the timing. And that is fact. If you can get in the backfield and get tackles for loss, then you might be all right. But I'm going to tell you, I got Florida winning this game. I don't give a damn that Kentucky is 4-0. Because I'm looking at the opponents that they done played. And three of those opponents have scored double digits on them. And they should not be in the same league as daggone Kentucky, even though one of them was Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt scored 28 points on you. Okay? But I got Florida winning this game. And hey, I'm going to tell you, I think Florida can win this game going away. All right? To the tune of 28-13. That's what I got. Oh, shit. Florida, 28. Kentucky, 13. And that's my final answer. And I'm sticking with it. Roll damn Tide.